Hello everyone and welcome back to the Python beginning course. I hope you're ready because today we are finally moving from theory into practice. In the previous lessons, we learned the basic concepts of Python and we installed Python and VS Code and we learned about the data types and the variables. But those lessons were important because before writing programs, we need to understand how Python works and how we store information. But starting from today, we will write actual code and build small projects step by step. And in this lesson, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in programming, conditional statements. We will learn how Python can make decisions using if, elif, and else. And at the end of this lesson, we will build a simple password checking system. So let's start coding. Before we start building our project, we need to learn one more important function in Python. So far, we have learned how to store information inside variables and how to display information using the print function. But what if we want to get information from the user? Now, for example, we want to ask the user for their name, password, or any other information. For this, Python provides a function called input. The input function allows us to receive information from the user. Let's see a simple example. Here at the first we created a variable called name, and inside this variable we use the input function. And the message inside the input function is what is your name? Then Python waits for the user to type something, and after the user enters a value, Python stores the value inside the name variable. For example, if the user type Alex, then Python stores name equal Alex. And in the next line, we use the print function that we learned in the previous lessons to display the value stored inside the variable. So the program at the first asks the username and stores it and then print it back. So let's go to see a performance of this code. When I run the project, it first asks me for my name, and if I type Ilya in the response, it prints Ilya for me. And if I run it again and this time type Alex, this time it prints Alex. Now let's build our first small project. Imagine we are creating a simple login system, and for that we need three things. First, we need a correct password. Second, we need a special message for user who forgot their password. And third, we need to get the user input. So let's create our variables. So now at the first, we need a variable for our correct password. We say password equal double quotation, and between these two double quotation we say, for example, Python 2026. Now we have one correct password variable. After that, we need one variable for a person who forgot his password. We say forgot equal, again, two double quotation, and between these two double quotation we say, for example, I forgot my password, for example. And at the third variable we need, we say user input. This is our variable name, and after that we say equal to input and one parenthesis, and in the parenthesis we say two double quotation, and between that we say enter your password. Okay. So now that we have created our variables, let's go ahead and write the rest of the code. In Python, when we want to test an event or create a condition, we use if. And here we say if the user input is equal to the password variable, or correct password, then we say a clone and press on enter to come under if, and we say print after one parenthesis and double quotation, and between that we say your password is correct. And let me point out that when we want to compare two things to measure their equality, we use double equals. So now that we have written this far, let's go to test it. When I run it, it asks me for the password, and if I say, for example, Python 123 and press the enter, it doesn't tell me anything. But if I run again and say Python 2026, it say the password is correct. So since we have done everything right so far, let's go to make a forgotten password part. Okay, let's go for the make a forgotten parts of this project. In Python, after we use one if, and after that we want to make another condition, we don't use if again, we use elif. We say elif user input double equal, but in this time instead of password we say forgot. Forgot is our forgot variable. Say I forgot my password. When we say that and after that one colon and come down, and now we say print, for example, send an email to our company, for example. Now go for the test set. Now if say enter your password and I say, for example, I forgot my password and click on the enter, it says send an email to our company. But when we say, for example, Python 2026, say your password is correct. Okay, let's go ahead for make a wrong password part. Up to now we learned two functions for condition in Python, if and elif. But we have three functions for that, and another of that is else. We use else when we want to say do something if none of that condition are true. When we want to say this, we use this function else. But else don't have any detail like this user input password, and they don't have anything. Only we say one clone, and after that we say, for example, print your password. Your password is wrong. Okay. Now if I run our program, if I say Python 2026, it say your password is correct. If I say I forgot my password, it say send an email to our company. But if I run and say, for example, anything like this, for example, anything, any word, any sentences, and click on enter, say your password is wrong. So far in this video, I have tried my best to teach you the concepts of conditions in a project-based way in Python, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching this video.